Life is Strange 2,
Ooh, Life is Strange 2. I
Episode
completely
1.
forgot that that came out.
Yeah, it didn't have a big thing. Didn't have like a big reveal, but there were enough trailers going around to know it was coming out. So we'll know it's coming out, and it's got such a big fan base. I think the developer is really brave for doing what they did with this game because it has virtually nothing to do with the original season or the prequel. It's just another game set in the sort of established universe of this series. This adolescent issues, a little bit of supernatural stuff, and melodrama. Lots and lots of melodrama and tough decisions. Not as many tough decisions as the first one, I'd say, but the first game didn't really drag you in as much as the second episode did, and it's kind of the same here. But there are some interesting things that it does do to put the player in the seat of sort of a position they may not be familiar with, and has actually made other people uncomfortable. To start, it takes place during some high tensions after an election of sorts, and you are actually in a small Spanish family. You are the Diaz brothers with your dad, and you're just having a good time. You're about to go to a school party. Dad gives you money. He asks you if it's for weed, and you can tell him whether or not it's for weed.
What happens if you say
The
yes?
tough
Actually, don't say
decision.
anything. Don't say
And then something bad happens, and you, the 13-year-old Daniel, and your younger brother Sean, you're just out on the lam, kind of just traveling, trying to make sense of what happened, and just going south, like kind of aimlessly, but trying to just get out of there. And like it, unlike other Life is Strange games where it milks the shit out of a single location more than once, you actually do quite a bit. There's a really detailed forest that you go to at the end of the first night, and there's a lot of stuff you can do, or stuff you can even miss out on. Because I'll tell you about the decisions at the end, but let me get through to another thing. You also end up at a gas station, and you actually have to keep track of your inventory in this game. It's very important what you have in your backpack, including how much money you have. Because you're out on the road, you only have like the money dad gave you, and you gotta get some food. And you can go into the convenience store. You can look around. You can either buy items. You can choose to shoplift if you want. You don't have to. You can also, there's a family eating outside at a picnic table, and you can either beg for money or have your younger brother beg for money. And depending on it may happen differently, but that family didn't react really well. They got uncomfortable. They're like, go away. And then you deal with a guy later on. I don't want to spoil it, but you deal with some pretty blunt force
Well, I'm gonna
trauma.
cut you there then, because it sounds like you're getting into spoiler zone, man.
Nah, I'm not gonna say what this person does,
Yeah, but you're
but
already telling
you
us you're
deal.
gonna meet people that we might not know about.
You'll know it right away. Like seconds into this guy being introduced, he's already an asshole. And then, like, if that's not enough, all right, he is like directly racist against Spanish people. He uses a lot of not nice words. There's a little bit of it actually in the very front of the game too. Your next door neighbor kind of leans into that a little bit, but yeah, it makes people who may not have dealt with this issue deal with it, which is unique. The other thing is that you actually influence your brother. When you make choices, you get that thing at the end of the book that tells you, you made this choice. So many people who played the game did this, this, and this. And then there's another list of choices for things with what Sean did. Sorry, Daniel's the younger one. Did I do these backwards? So you get to the end of the book, and you're looking through, and then you see what your younger brother did or did not do, and a lot of things are influenced on things you do and things you might have missed. Like he may or may not learn how to read trailblazes. That's very early on. Like, apparently he started trying to skip stones, and I missed it because I was sitting around doing something else. So it said, "Hey, he didn't learn to skip stones." I'm like, "Oh, I didn't see that." When he's stepping over, it's like there's just no matter. There's a lot of these moments in this game where it's like once you're done with it, it doesn't slap you around with these decisions. It kind of shows you at the end, hey, this is how you affected the game world. You don't really know you're making big decisions until the episode is over. That's why I like Life is Strange. They do a better job of showing you the consequences afterwards and not making the choices that big. Okay, I'm done now. Sorry.
Yeah, we're gonna have to work on how you do Let's Discuss for Life is Strange, because like literally just changed the whole dynamic of how somebody would play that game now.
All right, we'll leave that out. All right, here's the short version.